Hi, this is Jake Barefoot from Trouble Free Employees, and today I want to talk with you a little bit about virtual business managers, what they are, how they're going to help you totally change the game with the management of your remote workers, and why having virtual business managers incorporated into our business model helps us provide a vastly superior service to the do-it-yourself virtual assistant services that you'll commonly find in the industry. So to start off, let's talk about what a virtual business manager is. Essentially, what a virtual business manager is somebody who is going to help you manage your virtual teams. A lot of times when people first get started with virtual employees, they will try and manage them themselves. And this is something that can be very hit or miss. And what happens, what I've seen, is that oftentimes when people miss, they're out the game and they don't want to come back for quite some time. They feel that having virtual employees is something that is not a good fit for their company because they made mistakes and didn't manage them right. They didn't know what they were doing. And they thought that they were going to be able to hit it out of the park on the first pitch, which is something that is not really very practical. So essentially what happens is you're gonna have tasks that you're gonna need done by your virtual team, and you're gonna delegate the tasks, and you're just essentially gonna hope that they're gonna get done properly, and you're gonna be happy with the work that you see. And a lot of times when there are issues, the clients, the business owners, the in-house managers that are delegating out these tasks will view the issues as something that is inherent to the lack of skill that their virtual employees have, which oftentimes starts a cycle where the virtual team basically becomes a revolving door. The turnover is very high. Mistakes happen, cycle them out, get a new one. But if you use that same model for in-house employees, it would be very impractical, and is something that you wouldn't really want to do. And generally, when people get an in-house employee, they kind of think of it as a piece of clay that they can mold into whatever the purpose is that they need them to perform. Oftentimes with virtual workers, it's almost viewed as more of a typical kind of independent contractor, where they're expecting that there's going to be an exceptional amount of expertise that's going to exist on the first day that they start work, which in some cases is true. Sometimes you can find that if the tasks that you're looking to be performed are things that exist across the industries. Something that there's actually a good possibility that people have done before. But a lot of tasks are not really like that. Every business is run a different way, and it's very common that there are custom processes that exist within every business. And in order for the virtual team to really pick that up and perform at the highest levels, there can be a learning curve that's involved, and there can be some training, as well as ongoing management that needs to happen, just like there would be with an in-house worker. So what exists in the kind of model that we run is you'll have your virtual worker that will be paired with a virtual manager. So the main touch point in the beginning is going to be between the client and the virtual manager, and that's how the tasks are going to be learned initially, or how they're going to be taught. They're going to be documented, and the virtual manager oftentimes is on site in the remote office. Sometimes not. I strongly recommend getting virtual business managers that are on site whenever possible, because there's a much less likelihood that details are going to fall through the cracks if they're physically in the same place. So essentially, what you can do if you hire a virtual team, and instead of just a single freelancer or an assistant here and there, is you can really save yourself a tremendous amount of hassle, tremendous amount of headache, and you can enable yourself to actually have a very good chance of hitting that ball out of the park on the first pitch, because it's not really you that's swinging the bat. You're relying on the expertise of people that have worked with virtual teams, have onboarded a variety of different tasks, have dealt with a lot of the complexities that exist with remote workers, and it can really, really help your likelihood of success. So if you're thinking about jumping away from the traditional in-house method of having all your employees work for you in your location or under the typical hierarchical structure of an in-house organization, you might want to think about incorporating a virtual business manager into your transition to a more spread out remote virtual work environment. Definitely something that I highly recommend. I've seen many of our clients who have come at it in different ways. We provide virtual business managers with all of our services, the trouble-free employees. That's one of the perks of working with us. However, not all of our clients take us up on working with the virtual business managers. Some of them, for different reasons, will choose to work directly with their assistants at first, without any sort of interference from a virtual business manager. And sometimes they don't do so good. And a lot of times when the virtual business manager can see that account's in jeopardy, doesn't seem like it's working very well, there's a high probability that the client's going to terminate their service because it doesn't seem to be working out that well, then come in and ask if they need any help. And it's amazing how often we're able to really turn things around for people. Once they realize that the virtual business manager is something that can be used, something that's available, is a tool that they now have in their work belt, they really start to take advantage of it. So virtual business managers are really just as important as an in-house manager, I believe, because, as they say, when the boss is away, the mice are going to play. When the cat's away, the mice are going to play. And oftentimes, if you give your virtual workers enough rope to hang themselves without any sort of checks and balance system that's in there, sometimes you'll come back and find them hanging at the end of the rope, and that's not a good thing. So virtual business managers are definitely something that's extremely helpful. Highly recommend that you use them. And if you have any questions about any sort of task that you're looking to outsource, you need help kind of strategizing how you're going to get through that delegation process, what some of the best tools to use would be for what you're needing to get done, how the easiest way would be to organize things in order to really have things set up in a way where things are going to run smooth, get in touch. Be happy to talk to you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I invite you to please like, comment, subscribe if there's if you saw value in what you saw here, and if you'd like to see more in the future. Thank you so much. Have a great day.